The world is moving at a dangerous speed. And like Alice running in Wonderland, it feels like we need to run a lot faster just to keep up. Every day, we hear announcements of a groundbreaking product. We discover new methods to do things, and we see technological marvels simplifying tasks across all industries. And at the heart of it all, one word keeps echoing. To solve all of humanity's problems, we put most of our energy and investment into something truly amazing: artificial intelligence, a system which is capable of thinking by itself and perhaps capable of outthinking and outperforming us. In just the last 2 years, AI has transformed industries. It has redefined the content of our conversations and adjusted human ambitions. Some believe AI might be the final innovation we'll ever need to make. We hear of influencers call it a digital god, a creation that can achieve anything we ask. If we perfect it, this digital god could solve every problem humanity faces, leaving us with nothing more to solve. If AI indeed is digital god, the problem with creating this god is as soon as we are done, we become kind of pointless. But if we choose not to create it, then we'll have to ask ourselves, are we really that selfish that we are willing to watch the world burn with its problems just to protect our own sense of importance and meaning? The reason I'm making this video is I'm frustrated with AI entrepreneurs, media, and politicians sugarcoating our future with AI. I think the truth is a lot more uncomfortable. The most repeated message we hear online is that AI won't take our jobs. It will simply make them easier and will still be in control. This is simply false. If AI keeps making our jobs easier week after week, it is only a matter of time until no part of your work is left for you to do. So if you're a writer and AI helps you with brainstorming, selecting content, outlining, writing, editing, and improving, then you have to ask yourself, what part of your job will be left? It's incredibly absurd to believe that AI will replace 90-95% of the tasks that we do and make it super simple, but then conveniently cannot replace the last 5%, leaving human beings in control. Don't get me wrong, humans are incredible, but let's face it, we are limited. We perceive the world through our imperfect senses. We grow old, we forget, we die. AI doesn't. It can experience 1,000,000 lifetimes in just one blink. It learns from collective actions and mistakes of billions of people across history. It observes every single data we have ever produced. It can simulate dangerous situations without being in those dangerous scenarios. By aggregating all of humanity's knowledge and experience, I believe AI becomes more human than any single one of us ever could be. Let's look at the rate of progress. Humans need about 20-30 years to grow into an adult, where they learn through education system and acquire skills about how to do a job. And that is how they become professionals. AI's computational power is doubling approximately every 6 months. Within just 18 months, AI systems progressed from basic understanding to matching or surpassing human performance in a lot of tasks. AI can even solve PhD-level physics problems now. And to even remotely consider that something which doubles its power every 6 months won't be able to replace our jobs is simply ridiculous. Think about it. A job is just a collection of tasks. What sets us apart right now is our ability to plan, decide, and adapt what those tasks are going to be. But AI is catching up fast in those domains as well. It is becoming excellent at thinking, planning, reasoning, and acting. And that means it is automating vast portions of human labor. In response to that, companies are developing AI agents for specific roles. Enterprises that relied only on human teams are starting to become networks of AI agents working more efficiently than ever. It won't be long before we start seeing 10 people billion-dollar company or even a 1-person billion-dollar company. coding, genetic engineering, even janitor, driver, doctor, you name it, AI is coming for your job. Now that we have established that your job is going away, the next uncertainty that the world has is what happens when we lose all our jobs. Let's break down why we do our jobs. There are two reasons as to why we work. Firstly, to provide value to the society, and secondly, for our own personal fulfillment. And our careers are designed to contribute to society. Doctors heal the sick, farmers grow our food, engineers build our infrastructure, and artists add flavor to our lives. But when AI starts making more accurate diagnosis than a doctor, is able to manage crops better than farmers, and design structures more intact than engineers, then where does that leave us? When we say AI is coming for these jobs, we mean that it is getting more efficient and better at doing these jobs than any human beings could. And a lot of these jobs, they are designed to save lives or probably enhance the quality of lives of people. So if we don't let AI replace human beings in this job, we are contributing to causing inefficiencies that will cause preventable loss of lives or loss in the quality of life. Now at that point, to all the AI skeptics, I have to ask this question: is it more important to save the jobs or to save lives? At the We Robot event, while unveiling Tesla's robotaxi, Elon Musk stated that self-driving cars will become 10 times safer than human drivers. At that point, we have to ask, would it be ethical to let a human drive a car? When AI reaches superintelligence, letting humans drive cars, perform surgeries, or make critical decisions about existential threats like climate change will become irresponsible and perhaps should even be illegal. Now think of how sad this is. In this scenario, adding humans to the decision making will more likely cause the preventable loss of life. At this point, AI stops being a technological advancement. It becomes a moral imperative, and it systematically replaces humans on all places in society. And after that, we reach this point where we have a massive crisis of identity. Our identities are often intertwined with our professions. When someone asks us, who are we? We say, I'm a doctor or an engineer. So if we are no longer doctors or engineers or social worker, what else are we? I think it is time we have to start carving our identities besides our productive capacity and labor. That is to mean you have to try answering, what else are you besides your job? If AI takes over our roles, we lose the economic value that we provide to society. And in a society that values contribution over anything, those who don't contribute economically risk becoming marginalized. Philosophers say work is something that you have to do, not something that you want to do. When AI takes our jobs, they believe that we'll be free to dream, create, and explore philosophical questions. But the question here is, if AI can produce art, music, and insight at a scale and depth we can't match, will our contributions in art and philosophy matter? Let's say a computer can paint Mona Lisa in seconds. At that point, will we still celebrate Da Vinci's? I think we will become hobbyists in the fields that we were once masters. And there are some who believe that there is something inherently superior about human reasoning. And the logic is AI is inferior to humans because humans created AI. They couldn't be any more further from the truth. Firstly, most of us who are watching this video had absolutely nothing to do with the creation of AI. But it's not just that. One of the most concerning aspects of AI is that it can learn and adapt independently. So AI isn't just following instructions, it is also constantly acquiring new knowledge and then utilizing it to lead to unpredictable outcomes. Now, in a sense, it's going beyond its programming and is now even able to improve its own code. AI coders have already surpassed junior developers by writing more efficient and error-free code. AI models like Claude 3.5 Sonnet and tools like Cursor, Aider, Bolt.new, and V0 have revolutionized programming, enabling those with no prior experiences to create functioning apps effortlessly. We don't fully understand how AI structures its solutions. It creates beautiful videos for simple text and image prompts, allowing anyone to replace professional content creators at this point. This raises a critical question. What is AI capable of that we can't handle ourselves? Even if there is something inherently superior about how our brains process tasks, AI has another unbeatable advantage: data. A human doctor perfects surgery after performing 100 operations. Meanwhile, AI can analyze data from millions of surgeries and simulate countless more, refining techniques far beyond human capability. It is a tough pill to swallow. But maybe, just maybe, it is a little bit arrogant and narcissistic to assume that human beings will always be superior, even when we're trying to build the systems around our own limitations. I can almost see this is human beings relying on faith, and faith is seldom a good predictor of future. And again, if we knew exactly what makes humans superior, I think we'd have programmed that into AI. We enter what's known as the God paradox. If humans are so great, then we should be able to produce better AIs, and eventually AIs better than ourselves. But if we manage to do that, are we still the greatest on earth? Our unique human capacities, creativity, imagination, critical thinking are no longer exclusive to us. When AI encroaches on these domains, it challenges the very essence of what it means to be human, creating a massive crisis of meaning and purpose. Given this, it's not just possible but highly probable that AI will surpass us in many domains. And recognizing this isn't defeatist, it's realistic. It allows us to prepare and adapt rather than being blindsided by inevitable change. And there is that one thing. Perhaps AI cannot code: our consciousness. Consciousness is truly unique and rare. And that is why we are much more aware of our vulnerability in the face of AI. And that is the same consciousness that is asking us to question our place in this universe when the AI comes to be. Richard Dawkins once said, "Perhaps consciousness arises when the brain's simulation of the world becomes so complex that it has to include a model of itself." I don't think AI is able to complete this simulation on its own, and I don't know if it will ever be able to do that. The greater question remains: we're still not sure if this is the end of our relevance or a new chapter in our evolution. But I don't know, and neither do you. So please don't claim to know. I would trust doubts and questions more than answers at this point.